Life is better when you can rein your brain.
Hi there, welcome back to my channel, Rein Your Brain, where I share my experience with anxiety and depression and also share tips on how to make your life better on a daily basis as far as mental health is concerned. Today I was going to talk about a psychological phenomenon known as projection, but I'm not going to talk about that today. Today I want to share a little bit of my experience with mental illness because I've had a couple of rough days. Although I wanted to, originally I started this channel to kind of be an inspirational channel and share coping mechanisms and whatnot, but I also want to share the dark side of mental illness so that people that are watching will not feel so alone, and the people that maybe know somebody or close to somebody that struggles will have a little bit better understanding. So I have never officially been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, but I definitely fit on the spectrum of that. If you are unfamiliar with bipolar, very basically, it's experiencing really high mood levels and really low mood levels. Like manic is the high and depressive, of course, is the low. And there's all kinds of variations. And I'm just going to talk about my experience. Lately, I've had kind of a long stretch where I've been kind of more at a manic level. I don't have extremes where I don't sleep for days. It's manageable, but it's a high mood level, and for me, there's nothing really detrimental about it. I have like pinpoint focus. I feel really confident. I feel motivated. I have all these things I know I can accomplish, and things that I'm working on that I get excited about, I get super excited. Like I'm balls to the wall, all in, passionate, like crazy. It's like it's euphoric basically, and it's really exhilarating, and I like being in that state. I usually get a lot done, and I don't struggle. I think that the people around me probably notice that I can be a little bit blunt, impatient, because when you're kind of on that ramped up like that, you just don't have the patience for people going slow. You know, you just want to get shit done, and so I can be kind of intimidating, usually just with the people I'm close to. I mean, just talking to me on the street, you wouldn't even know, but I just know from my interior experience and talking to people that have to deal with me on a closer basis. But unfortunately, that mindset or level of mental activity is counteracted by a complete opposite of heavy depression and a darkness that's kind of hard to put into words. I like to explain it like this. It's kind of like when you go to the dentist and you have x-rays done and they put that really heavy blanket protector thing on you. It's that kind of feeling all day, every day when you're in that depression phase of bipolar. And I have a really hard time focusing, and the negative thoughts really start coming. The you're not good enough, your friends don't like you, they haven't been calling you, your spouse doesn't love you, you're not worth it, you should be able to deal with life, why are you depressed, you're this, and you really start going on that loop, and it can be really terrifying, because your mind really tells you that it's not going to get better. And it always has for me, and I think it always cycles back around. I want to share this so that if anybody else out there struggles with this also, it's imperative that you reach out in some way, shape, or form. Even if you don't reach out to somebody that's close to you, there's forums online, there's therapy. One of the best things that I've done for myself is commit to going to therapy every month, at least every month. And if you have access to that, it really, really helps you learn how to cope with the cycles that your mind goes through. One of the hardest parts is being in a society where we still are of the mindset, oh, just, chin up, don't let them see you have weakness, just fight through it. And I think it's important for us to realize that if you're not on your best level, if you're having trouble, you're depressed or whatever, it's okay. It's okay to have the dark days. It's okay to feel really sad and angry, and to be able to be more open about that. I wish that more people would speak up, because it really, when you do, it releases this inner power within you, because you no longer are owned by that. You're saying, okay, I see you, this, I'm having a bad time, I got this struggle, but you know what, I'm gonna talk about it, I'm gonna deal with it, I'm gonna reach out, and it creates this powerful momentum. And I've met people through online forums. Like, there's a Facebook group that I belong to, the Reality of Anxiety, that has been great with support. And whenever I'm having trouble, and I've been able to give support to other people, and just through social media in general, I've met a lot of people that also struggle with different sorts of mental illnesses. And when you start sharing your story, it alleviates a lot of that heaviness and that feeling that you always have to show up and be this or that, whatever. You can't struggle, you're weak. I think that the strongest people I know are the ones that are in touch with themselves and not afraid to be vulnerable, and they lead the most productive lives overall. And I see other people that don't address things, that don't talk about it, they push it down, they just keep forging ahead. And I'll go into this more in other videos, but when you do that, you're inviting all kinds of further issues with mental illness. And so I want to encourage everybody watching, if you struggle, talk about it somehow, vocalize it to somebody, someone, somewhere, somehow, get it out there, and just, it's going to make it better. It honestly is. I've never talked to anybody that said I started sharing my story and it made things a whole lot worse. It makes it better. And I also encourage those of you that don't struggle with mental illness, or I think everybody falls on the spectrum a little bit at some point anyway, but some people are more functioning, on a consistent basis. And if you know people that struggle, that have opened up, check in on them. I can't tell you how much it means when I get a message from somebody, a friend, or even somebody that I don't know very well, and they know that I have bad times, and they just check in every so often and say, hey, I just want to see how you're doing. And that is like the most, I can't even put into words how much that means, because it kind of balances out that when you're having that really dark time and you feel like there is no hope and like it's not going to get better. And then, you get that message, and it validates you and makes you feel like, yeah, you're worthy. And I appreciate anybody that's ever done that, and I encourage people to do that. I try to do that with people I know that they might struggle, and I just try to reach out. And I think that we just need to be more open. We need to have more conversations about this stuff, because it's not going away. More and more people are struggling with all sorts of mental issues, and it's a shame to me that I've been struggling with this sort of thing for 25 years now, and that it's still stigmatized, and it's ridiculous, and it needs to be stopped. It needs to have more people being vocal about it, because that's the only way that people are going to be able to heal and get better. So anyway, that's it for today. I just wanted to share that, and next week or sometime soon, I'm going to delve back into the more instructional, educational material. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button. I will be uploading more content on a regular basis. Thank you so much.